And now we move on to the next segment of our bulletin, On the Table. Over to you, Mohana.
Thank you very much, Sahi. In this era of rapid technological advancement, it is crucial to understand the current landscape and opportunities that await us in the digital world. And for an insight on job prospects and growth in Malaysia's digital age, we have Mr. Alex Liu, the Deputy Chairman of PICOM, the National Tech Association of Malaysia. Welcome to the program, Mr. Alex.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Let's begin by looking at the recently announced Budget 2024, where 100 million ringgit in grants are being allocated for MSMEs digitalization. Now, in your opinion, what kind of digital initiatives and technology should these MSME sector focus on using for this grant?
Okay. First of all, I think it's very vital, right, and a very good move for the grant, right, to be extended for another 100 million, and it's actually a matching grant of up to a 5,000 ringgit claim, right, which is a very good move, which from PICOM, we look at it very well received. And in terms of the utilization and investment, okay, I use the word investment instead of spending, right? So in terms of investment, there are a few areas that's very important in the areas where MSMEs needs to invest. The first very important thing is customer experience, right? Customer is everything. The customer needs to feel good. Customer needs to be able to easily access products, services, support, right? And by doing this, digital technologies can help in terms of, digitally create, right, a web and a website whereby all informations are there, right? And all these websites need to be very friendly. A lot of micro apps embedded into it. Mobile apps creation, example, and also, e-commerce platforms that we have today can also assist to create all these, what we call the virtual shop, right, in the e-commerce platforms, which also helps micro SMEs to expand the coverage of the sales area and also offerings to the public. And of course, operational efficiency. Right. In today's world, it's very important to reduce costs, right? Reduce costs, increase profits. So in terms of operation efficiency, right, we need to invest into things that can automate, right? Things that we can move fast, easy. I'll give you an example. A restaurant, right? Everyone is saying it's very hard to hire, short of staff, right? We need to depend on foreign labor and so on, right? So then, there are some restaurants who can now only serve 70% capacity because of shortage of staff. Yeah. But imagine if you invest into digital technology where, once I sit down, I can scan a barcode, I can do my ordering, I can make a payment via a very secure payment gateway, right? I don't need someone to come and serve me and take the orders, right? And go to the cashier and collect. And the kitchen would, get the orders and the robot can deliver to me.
Actually, we are moving towards that. Yes, I think I see many restaurants already employing that, at least with the ordering section. Yes. So the idea is to upgrade sales, inventory, digital accounting systems. These are some of the things that the idea behind this, right? Definitely. So with regards to the 900 million in loans for SME productivity through digitalization and automation, you mentioned automation earlier. What specific projects or areas do you think that businesses need to prioritize?
So we look at it, there are two areas in this digitalization, right? The first is for early or for organizations that are going in or just starting the digital transformation journey, right? They need to focus into operational efficiency and also the customer experience, like we mentioned just now. But however, for the organizations that is more advanced, right, who has embarked into the journey and ongoing the journey, it is important for them to focus into new products and services. Okay. Right, and then of course, in terms of investment in any form of automation, right, so that we can relieve our workforce to do, decision makings and things are more productive in terms of things that are repetitive.
Okay. And in your opinion, is this 900 million enough?
I think it is very important, right? 900 million is one thing.
Yeah.
The very important thing is also the application and disbursement, right? So we will know, once the adoption and how the disbursements go out, right?
Right.
The process needs to be smooth, efficient, and also clear.
Clear.
Yeah, so that, it can be dispersed out.
Understand. So on that note, are there additional incentives or policies that you believe the government should be considering in order to accelerate digital transformation among MSMEs? Clarity and the processes being clear is very important, I think, very relevant to this.
Yes.
What other things? Would there be something else?
Well, you see, digital transformation is a journey and it's not a destination, right? While we should not look at the grant of matching grant of 5,000 ringgit, right?
Yeah.
As this everything. It's just a start.
That's
right. So we need to come up with programs on how do we have the extension of all this, and as the micro SMEs go through the journey, everyone has got different journey to go through because each different business is very unique.
Correct.
So when they go through, how do we have a program, right? Private, public together to assist the micro SMEs to move to step 2, step 3, step 4, and eventually, getting to a very competitive age or very competitive offerings, right, compared to our neighboring countries, right? And even how do we make use of this to also cross-border and offer our products and services.
And speaking about that, we're talking about talent and the needs of the digital industry. What is your assessment of the current digital job outlook in the tech industry?
In general, the tech industry talents is a very good industry, right? I think everyone is having a very handsome pay and so on, right? But however, in the past 2 years during pandemic, right, we see there's not much rise in terms of salaries, right? Like in our data, it's 2.19% in 2020 and went up to only 2.55% in 2022. But however, right, based on our research, it surged up to 13.9%, right, for last year, right?
Why is that?
2023. And we look at it because, first of all businesses are coming back up, right, to recover post-pandemic from whatever that's happened, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, in general, the past 2 years, there hasn't been any raise. There's only a 2%, right? And we can't even beat inflation. So we feel that it is also an adjustment. Right, that's why it's a spike, and next year may not be a spike as much.
So bad. Not so much.
Yeah, it's actually a correction.
Okay. And what specific digital job roles are currently in demand? And are there specific regions, industries where we are looking at a very high level of growth?
Right. So in general, right, the high pay salary are jobs like network engineers, application programmers, right, security managers, analysts, and so on, right? But we see that there are a few areas that has got a very big demand in terms of job prospects. Areas of cybersecurity, right, AI, artificial intelligence, as well as data analytics.
Are we producing the talent fast enough?
We are not yet.
Not yet.
We are not yet, but it is being in the process right now. Associations like PCOM, we also sit in some industry boards in the universities.
Yeah.
Right. So we are also trying to influence and also share where are the talents growth, right, and where are the areas to where are we hunger, right, for resources. Then, but however, creating is one thing.
Yes.
But we also see that, we will continue to lose our talents to neighbor countries like Singapore. Is
this because of the pay, or is there some other reason?
Okay, it's because of pay, and of course, the weakening of our currency is not helping.
That's right.
And we foresee there might be another threat from north, right, which is from Thailand.
Tell us a bit about that.
Right. So if you compare with Thailand, right, the weakening of currency gives them advantage to hire our talent.
Okay.
Right. And talents from Malaysia, we are multilingual. We have got very good ethics. Right. We are hardworking, and we are very knowledgeable. Right. And of course educated. So it's going to be an asset, right, for the country and also for our neighboring countries. And of course, the standard of living in Thailand is not as high as Singapore, right? So, we may lose talents up north as well. So we are being sandwiched. I
see. Yeah. So there's a lot of balancing that needs to be done here, and to build up more on world-class talent locally. So these are some of the challenges that employers would be facing as well. Right. Finding the right talent to fit into the, not losing out on talent completely to these two neighboring countries. Are there initiatives or programs being implemented to address the skill gap? Let's put the wage discussion aside. What about the skills themselves? Right. What is the gap that we're looking at, and what are we doing about it? Okay, so in PCOM, right, we always believe in two things: upskill and reskill. Okay. Okay, and in Malaysia, we have got two agencies, Talent Corp and HRD Corp. Right, which are doing fantastic job in upscaling and reskilling, and even PCOM, we are very active creating and working with HRD Corp on programs, right, for B40 and also SMEs. And I just want to say that, like the move for subscription from companies to HRDF, right, whereby the employers can have a fund, right, for the employees to use to upskill and reskill is a very good initiative, and the continuity of the good work of HRD Corp and Talent Corp needs to continue. And I'm sure one of the areas of focus would be AI and how fast we are moving. Yes. Gen AI. I think it's even in the education industry, all the industries are trying to catch up with how fast things are changing. Yes, that's right. Yeah. So how do you anticipate the future digital job market to evolve, and what strategies should job seekers adapt? Now, we spoke about evolving and reskilling and upskilling. Aside from that, okay, I think generally, right, we shouldn't be worried and scared about changes, AI, machine learning. You'll get us our job, right? Shouldn't be looking into these areas, but instead, right, we should be positive looking into. If you look back into the Industrial Revolution. Okay, the creation of machines in manufacturing, automation in manufacturing, which is supposed to get a lot of people out of job. Yeah. Right? But human beings, we thrive and we got better jobs. Correct. So we should look at it positively in the areas whereby, the repetitive jobs, right? We find automation, we have robots and whatever, but not AI to do it. But we work on the jobs, right, that is more fulfilling. Yeah. Right. We can do more. We can do much better decision making, and we have to remember AI is a tool. Yeah. It don't make decision. It helps us to make decision. Correct. So understanding that is very important. Yes, I think. Yes. Moving along, a final message, Mr. Alex. We're already at the end of our interview. Right. So do you have any final message for the viewers? I just like everyone to look into, digitalization as in two things. Number one, it is a journey, right? And it's not that when we implement one or two things, this whole journey can be completed, right? It has to be ongoing, and there will be fear of getting into new territories, right? These are good things for us to do. And secondly, investment in digitalization is an investment, and it's not an expense, right? So investment supposed to make us money and bring the company to the next level. Mr. Alex, thank you so much for your time today and for your sharing and for your insights. I'm sure it was very beneficial for all of us. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And that wraps up tonight's On the Table. It's now back to you, SAHIH.